Hello.
Hey, how you
We're
doing?
back. Episode 3.
Hell yeah. Happy New Year, baby.
Happy New Year.
Recording on the
Yesterday was.
first.
It is the first. I mean, there's some big news we also got to talk about. There's
Oh
some big
yeah?
things that happened. I mean, first off, I should be a wealthy man. Betty White died.
Why does that make you wealthy, huh?
We make some bets.
You made
she
bets
cut.
on that lady's death?
She came in clutch and a few hours left.
Yo, honestly, I respect the hustle. I
No,
res-
I
huh,
I
can you
didn't make any bets, but I mean I made a bet, but not like a money bet.
okay, what did you win?
Nothing, just bragging rights.
Bragging rights
But
on a
still,
woman's death.
I'm
Okay.
wealthy in the fact that I can brag.
Was she in your Deadpool for the year? Like, this person will be dead by the end
Yeah,
of the year? Okay. Ah,
yeah.
damn. Who do you think's dying this year? I dibs. All right. No one the feds can't get mad at me. This is okay. I think the queen's gonna die. I'm not gonna be the one to
Oh,
kill the queen, but there's no way she makes it to
okay.
2023, right?
I'm
She's
gonna make
old,
a.
old.
You know, I think you're correct.
Okay.
I think you are correct. My bet is that Jeffrey Epstein's was it wife is gonna die.
Ghislaine Maxwell, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I think she's gonna
we'll
die.
stop. We'll stop knowing where she's at least. We're gonna stop knowing
Yeah,
where she is.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I honestly like because there was a thing over like Christmas time, and I think they said like the Queen's not coming back around until like February or something. That might be a lie, but I read something where they're like, yeah, the Queen's like not doing Christmas stuff this year because she's sick or
Oh,
like there's something happening. Um,
I did not know about that.
yeah, it's like December, mid December stuff. I haven't looked into it
I don't
since, but
follow
she's
the
like
Queen.
not. She's like mid to late 90s, I think.
She's
Yeah,
up there. She's definitely up there.
yeah.
Um,
She's getting crusty.
eh, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Um,
I can't blame the woman. I'm 21. I'm getting crusty.
in other news,
Yeah.
the Impractical Jokers are dead.
Mhm.
Like, you can't have the show without Joe. You just can't.
So what is Joe gonna do? He just said he was leaving.
Yeah, he's just leaving. He's just,
Damn.
I feel like, I mean, because if I mean, I could be wrong about this. He was like the lead producer, or like,
Really?
or not
Okay.
lead producer. Out of all the guys, he was like
He was the most in
the
depth
one
on
that
the
was
production.
really into it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
he was really a part
Maybe
of
he just got
every
burnt out then.
process.
Hmm.
I'd say he got a mixture of burnt out, and I think he explained a little bit in his Instagram post, like, he wanted to be a better father, and he just wanted to spend time
Oh,
with his
honestly,
kids.
that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sad that, I mean, honestly, I'm fine with the season or the show ending at 10 seasons, but
I don't know. I
they're
don't think
gonna
I
keep
want
it
them.
going.
I feel like it'd be better if they just like let it end, had Impractical Jokers just stay solid till the end, and then the three of them do
Right.
their own. Because they used to be something else before they were Impractical Jokers. They had a different name, I think. Um,
Um.
some goofy name.
Oh,
It was
and
on YouTube.
they all have like stand-up comedy things that they
Yeah,
do as
yeah. They all
well.
do their own thing,
Uh,
but they were
like
fun
Mirza
together.
author.
Yep.
Yeah, they've all got their own thing. Mirza an author, Sal's a stand-up comedian with his podcast as
Hey, he's
well.
one of us. We're one of him. I don't
He's
know.
one of Sal followed in our shoes.
No. Sal walked so we could also walk, but a lot slower. Um,
Sal would be jealous if he saw our view count.
oh yeah, what is it? Me, you, and a friend.
Me, you, Sriracha.
Sriracha. Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like the show should end with Joe.
Yeah.
Um,
If they want to do anything else together, make a new name, make a new show. They're popular enough to do whatever they want.
oh yeah, I mean, yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Did you know they have a game? Like they have a board game. Did
is
you
there
know that?
Practical Joker's board game?
It's like it's like a little card game, like one of those
Huh.
like I guess you like you have to do something like you pick a card and then it's like go to your grocery store and do this or something like that.
Okay. Okay, no, that's
Yeah.
kind of
So
fun. I don't know if I'd
yeah,
play
I
it,
mean,
but that's fun.
but what where I was going at with that though is they've got a lot. You know, they've done a lot.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah. um, complete kind of side note, but I was thinking about this earlier today. I opened up a wallpaper engine. Turns out
yeah.
you can group some monitors together and then have a wallpaper like one of the wallpapers play across all three of them or two of them, and it'll mesh together because it knows where your other monitors are. Like if you go in your Windows settings and drag them
Right.
around, yeah, and now I have one that goes across the whole thing instead of like, oh, I like this, I'll just repeat it 3 times, or like each one having their
Right.
own. Yeah, so didn't know if you knew how to do
I
that, but you can just group them.
I've thought about investing in wallpaper engine, but
Five
I'm
bucks,
not.
I think.
Yeah, like that's. But I don't know. For me, I'm not really a wallpaper guy. Like
Yeah, fair enough.
I just kind of like for years I had just a black screen. That's all it
I
was.
remember that. That was weird.
I just didn't care. I don't. And then now I think I've got. Yeah, I've got socks. Bill Clinton's cat.
Yeah. That's such a good name for a cat, man. Oh fuck. Um no, yeah, I've always like just set it to things. Then usually I'll set it to something and then I'll forget about it and then I'll be like I don't like this that much after like a couple months and then just leave it there for like a year even though I'm like
Right.
cuz I don't care enough to like fix it. And then every now and then I'll open it up and once I got it wallpaper engine I started switching around more cuz it's super easy. Or like I'm
Right.
subscribed to a wallpaper engine on Reddit, and so every now and then I'll see a really cool one, and then I'll just be like, "Oh, neat!" I'll go into the comments, click, brings me to the Steam Workshop page, download, and I can try it out. If I like it, I keep it.
Do you use Reddit a lot?
I I use it a decent chunk now, uh, but I don't use it on my computer that much anymore. It's just my phone
So you're.
because. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say you've transferred to the mobile Reddit.
Yeah, I used to always do the desktop Reddit. And if I'm on desktop Reddit, which is not often, I still use like old Reddit. Um,
Right.
but
Yeah,
usually I do mobile.
I think I've never because whenever I created mine, I switched it to old Reddit before even using new Reddit. So I don't even know what new Reddit looks like.
It's like they tried to make it into like Instagram and Facebook kind of deal. Where it's like instead of having
Okay.
like the individual lines where you can see like 20 posts on the side of your screen, you see like one at a time and you scroll through big post tiles. Um,
Okay.
I don't like it personally, but you can see like subreddit icons and sometimes the formatting's better on some. It's a whole thing. I very
I
much prefer old though. I'm just used to it. Like 8 years
right.
deep.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I've never used anything but old Reddit. It's all
Yeah.
right. I've I don't use Reddit. If I do, I mean, it's every so often, or if I, I need an answer to something.
Yeah, like if you
um,
look up something up and it doesn't work, so you just slap Reddit on the end and you find the answer.
yes,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Oh yeah.
Um, but I have posted a few things like questions, and
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
get some
You.
pretty awesome feedback pretty quick.
Oh yeah. I've couple sorry tech subreddits that have like been like, hey yo, what the fuck is happening? And some guy with like 80,000 karma is like, do these two things and you're set, and it just works. And you're like, okay, how did you reply in 30 seconds? Like the post has been up for 30
Right.
seconds, and
I swear,
it's
some
some
of these
wizards
people, they've just got like subreddits where they've got a monitor dedicated to it. I swear.
for real. Like, I mean, I know like browsing by new is something that a lot of people do just so they can help or blah blah blah, or they just want to get
Right.
karma if they comment first. Um, I've never been one to do it, but like, there are a lot of people who are like, I want to be first. I know someone who's like that. I won't say their name, but
Do they smell like cheese?
yeah, they smell like string cheese, man.
Oh no.
Yeah, not even regular cheese, string cheese. It's brutal. I don't like going near them.
Ugh.
I keep my distance.
I absolutely hate when people just fucking rip the head off of string cheese. Like they don't just like split it. They just bite into string cheese.
Yo,
That's disgusting, man.
it tastes different if you bite it and if you peel it.
It does.
Can I tell you something crazy? I probably got like a 60-40 split on like biting and peeling respectively. Like if I pick up a cheese stick, there's a 60% chance I'm just gonna like bite it, eat it, go all the way down. And there's like a 40% chance I peel it. They taste different. I don't know like why.
Is it just the laziness or
It's not laziness. Sometimes it's just like I guess you could consider it laziness, but it's really just like when I unpeel it, I'd rather be able to just hold it by the wrapper than get cheese all over my fingers.
That's fair.
So
It's very fair.
I do enjoy it better if I pull it, but it's like it's the same food. I always like I do it with everything. I hold the wrapper if I can because it's just I'm gonna wash my hands anyways afterwards, but still it just feels less yucky.
I'm changing the subject just a tiny bit, but like I know we have like no views, but I really hope that yawn I brought just made everyone that's listening yawn.
I've been yawning this whole time. It was like one sentence that I was just like straight up fucking fighting with to get out. Wow.
No, I've been fighting it this whole 12 minutes so far.
I don't know why. We hit record and I was just like, bro, I gotta sleep.
It's 5 p.m. and
yeah.
Dude, I don't know.
Bro, I'm straight up old right now. Like I told you, bro, I'm 21 and crusty. I'm old. I go to sleep early now. It's 5 p.m. I'm ready to go to sleep. That's how it works.
Oh, I just lost my battle with the yawn again.
Stop. Just yawned again, too.
But dude, I some exciting news though. Christmas rolled around, so I got some extra funds, and I bought myself a NAS. I bought myself a Synology NAS.
Dude, I gotta go to the bank. My aunt, she like sent me a little card. It's got like a check in it, and she hates when people don't cash their check. And I got it like the 20th.
Oh,
I gotta go to the bank. I feel bad. Well, she expected me to not open it until the 25th. I opened it on the 25th, so it's not as bad. Right. So then she expected that. But it's been like 7 days now, and I feel awful. I just noticed that.
Does your bank have the ATMs that you can deposit checks into?
Yes. Also, if I go grab it after this, I could... Oops, I have the app that does the pictures. You can take a picture.
Oh, yeah. So that's a lot easier.
Yeah, I might just run that. Lot easier. And I don't have to go leave early because if I go to the bank before work, it's the other direction. It's a pain in the ass.
I work at a bank, but I've never used the app to mobilely deposit a check. I've never done that.
I've done it twice, and it was years ago. When what happened?
I just want to tell a story about mobile deposits.
Okay, go for it. Yeah.
Sorry. I had someone call. I'm in the IT department, and I get all the calls about mobile deposits and online banking. Well, I had someone call. They're like, hey, can I use my mobile deposit? And I was like, yeah, sure. Go for it. Like, you don't have to call about this. But then they're like, now I've got another question. I was like, okay. Can I take a photo of a $100 bill and you guys deposit it?
What? What?
I'm not joking.
What is it like?
They literally...
We'll take your word, just rip it up after you sent the picture. Like... What?
What would that do for the economy too if like everyone started doing that, ripping up their bills after they
Oh my
mobilely deposit?
god,
Everything would have
yeah.
to go into, but no, I
Yeah,
was
okay.
like, no, you have to bring physical cash to a teller or an ATM, and they're like, why? Like what?
So there's not an infinite money glitch in real life because that because that would just be cheating. Oh my god. I saw a funny tweet the other day, and it was like, real men don't use checks. Checks are so beta, and their explanation was that like when you give someone a check, you're basically just saying, "Sorry, I don't have the cash on me now, but I promise they do. They'll get it to you. Bye." And it's like, what's your opinion? Are checks
Well,
beta? As a man, would you ever use a check?
it depends on your bank, because my bank, if you make a check, if you write a check, you have to have the funds in the account in order to
Oh
cash
yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's like you have the money. I just don't have it on me right now. These guys are holding it for me. That was the thing is
Right.
that you're so
Okay.
beta you'd use a bank, you have to use a check.
Um. Yeah, I don't know why you would put your money into a bank. Then you have to pay taxes. Like who? Why would you ever do that?
That's basically what I'm saying. Like, you know,
That's
it
what
only
you're
makes
saying.
sense. Yeah.
That's what
I,
I'm saying.
dude, we're both saying the same thing. Damn. Makes for a great podcast.
You know what I did do with some extra money. I started a savings account. So there we go. Finally starting a savings account at the age 21.
Nice. When I was 15, my parents made a checking account for me. And I think a savings account came with it. I still have the same checking and savings. And then when I got my first job at 16, I put like $400 in it, and I've made
Not
cents
much.
of interest since
Yeah.
then, and it's just been chilling in there. And if I ever need it, I guess, but I need to start putting more money in there. I just leave it in my
See,
checking, which is stupid.
I'm gonna start taking like a percentage of my paycheck out
That's
and
yeah,
putting it
yeah.
in my
Or do
savings.
like, yeah, here's $100 a week, plop it in there. 100, yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
It's
that's
yeah.
what I'm planning on doing,
What I
just for
uh
like in case of emergency.
what I was gonna do when I got that checking account, I was gonna do like a I was gonna try to get like my paychecks to go into like checking, right? And then I'd have like another checking account or some sort of account. I don't know how I would do it. I never talked to the bank about it. And have basically like I'll leave whatever bills I need in my checking account to be paid, and then I'll
Right.
put like 50 into another account of just 50 is what I can spend this week as extra cash. Food, games, movies,
Gotcha.
whatever. Any entertainment. Not groceries, but like if I wanted like extra snacks. And then the
Right.
rest goes in savings. So like anything that I don't directly already allocate as fun goes to
Yeah.
savings, which is I feel like a solid idea. I just don't know if I can have three accounts under one name.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah, you
Can
can
I?
have. Yeah, especially if you go and be like, I want this to be a billing account. They'll be like, all right, yeah,
Oh,
because a lot
sweet.
of people actually do that.
Okay.
Not, I guess as time goes on, less and less people do that. But it's smart to do that because if you like, especially with insurance and all that, whenever you have auto payments, they charge less.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh
nice if
yeah.
you have an auto payment set up for a billing account, and then you throw in that money every first of the month or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm. I'll have to.
I personally, I couldn't do it just because I'd forget. I like having everything in one account.
It would be a lot more convenient to have it all in one account,
Right.
but like
No,
if
I
you had like
yeah,
the
I get
account of
it
like
though.
this is money that I'll use as entertainment and fun stuff, it's easier to like keep track of like $50 a week of just entertainment, because then you could like be like, oh yeah, I've saved up over 5 weeks. Now I have $250. I'll get a new monitor.
Right. Yeah.
It's easier to. I mean, I guess you could also just like get sticky notes and be like 50, but then it doesn't feel doesn't
you
feel the
you
same.
know what I've been doing if I want something, I've been like on Newegg, they have the zip option,
What is
and
that?
I just been you could like I bought this NAS, $300 NAS, but I chose the zip option, so I'm paying four different payments every two. Like I'm paying a payment
Oh,
every
yeah,
two
yeah, yeah.
weeks,
Yeah, I
which
did
that
that
helps because
with.
I get paid every 2 weeks.
Oh, that's super easy then. Yeah, there was something I did that with
Yeah.
recently. I think it was my. I think it was one of my monitors. It was like 450, $500, and I was like, hey.
Yeah.
And they were like, or over the course of the next 2 months, give us like 125 every 2 weeks. I was like, I'll give it a shot. And they were like, thank you, that was great. And I was like, all right.
See,
I think your
they
credit
have
likes it.
it depends, because Newegg has three options. They have just regular pay, they have zip, and then they have a credit something. Um, you have to pay interest on the one that credit likes. Like my credit is not affected by my zip because there's no interest incurred.
Oh, is that
Uh,
like Newegg is just like you better fucking pay and we'll cover it, whereas the other one is like an actual credit thing?
yeah, kind of.
Okay.
But I mean, you still have to pay the zip. You could
Yeah.
still, but because there's interest involved, credit goes up. It's because there's something on the line. I don't know. It's
Credit's funky,
you get
man.
what I mean, though.
I pay for my gas and like sometimes a snack on my credit card, and they're like, "We
Yeah.
love you." I'm like, "Yeah, I know."
See, I want to get like one of those interest-free credit cards just so I can pay for gas like once a month, and then just
That's
get
what I do. I
credit.
don't get interest as long as I pay it when my statement comes out.
Right.
I guess maybe I have an interest-free card. I don't
There,
know. I have a Discover It
there
card.
are some cards where even if you pay everything on time, you still get interest.
That sucks.
It's
That
just to build
sucks.
credit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I
My
don't want credit that bad.
I don't want it that bad either. I'll the only thing that like they're mad at me about right now is they're not mad at me. They're just like, "Hey yo, you haven't had it long enough." I got it when I was 18. So I haven't checked like
Yes.
I haven't like tried to go for any loans in like a year. I was looking for a car last year. But yeah, I was like, "Hey yo, can I have a car please?" And they said, "No. Your score is good, but you haven't had the score long enough. So we don't know if you're actually good,
Uh,
you know?"
who said no?
I was
Your
like
bank?
the bank, yeah.
See, that's what I'm like. Like, even me, I think I got a loan at a very young age to build credit. And mine still says I have a D rating in my age because it's too new or not old enough. It's like you gotta have some leeway for people that want to buy a car that are young. Like,
It is annoying, yeah. Because how long have you
but
had
I
it?
think oh god, whenever I was like 17, I got a loan.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah,
So
the loan, yeah.
so I
Okay. Yeah,
started
you're
building my
four
credit at
years
the
deep
age of
now.
17.
Yeah.
Yeah, and mine's still a D, like a level D, which is
Damn, I need
out
to
of
check mine, I
D. So
suppose.
A to D.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, that's the big thing that's holding back my credit right now. I mean, I've got good credit for my age. It's just
While we're
because I'm
talking about it, I'm
young.
logging into Discover right now. I'm gonna pay off my month.
Ooh,
It's the
nice.
first, might as well. Um, but yeah, fucking credit's weird. I don't understand it anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I do. I
So
know they also one last quick thing is apparently they really
yeah,
like it if you have like what is it, revolving balance credit of like 20-30%, something like that. So if you have like a thousand
something
bucks,
like
because
that.
they give me, they're like when I applied for the credit, they were like, "Here's $850. You're 18. Have fun." And I was like, "Oh my god." And then they immediately
Yeah.
after they were like a year later they were like, "You want 1350?" I was like, "No." And they were like, "You got it." I was like I was like, "Okay." So I have like $300 out and they're like, "It could be higher. We'd like you a little bit more." I'm like, "What? This feels bad, right?"
Right. Yeah.
It's not bad, but it feels weird.
See, my buddy or my coworker, he every time he wants something really nice, he'll register for a new card because they'll give him like $500 in credit. Like they'll just give him $500 for spending, I think, over $300 in the first week or something like that. So he'll buy like a $500 item, and
That's
then
sketchy.
over time they just give him his money back. Yeah.
That I mean,
Um,
if you keep track of it, go off. Hell yeah. If you don't,
right.
that's so sketchy.
Yeah, yeah, you have to
Oh
be
my god.
careful with stuff like
Oh,
that.
so
But
fucking
that's what
careful.
he. And as soon as, because those cards have like you have 2 months of interest free use. As soon as that 2 months is up, he
Ah.
just cancels them and then he gets a new one. That's all he does.
I wonder what his credit, like what like his like credit score is thinking about that. Because you know, if you go to like the FICO one, they'll tell you like, oh, you have no late payments in the last 7 years. Cool. You have like a 22% revolving usage. Cool. But for me, it
I
says
think
you
it's.
have one account that could be better. Like you, if you had two accounts, would like you. How many does it say he has? I guess none of them are like,
I don't know.
huh?
I know he's got good credit. He's got some pretty nice credit. But like, I mean, he still has to make payments on it. Like whenever he buys something, he makes payments, and then after like 2 months, they credit back you know, whatever he earned by using that money, and then he just cancels the card.
I wonder if you
Um,
could you be like, hey, I have a credit card and I buy gas with it. I have a second credit card that I use to pay off the first credit card, and then I use my actual money to pay off the second credit card. Could you do that? And then you'd have two accounts that look like they're always in use.
I don't know.
That'd be
Um,
wild.
I don't know how that would work.
I don't know if they would. I don't know if I assume that'd be good because you'd have two credit cards and they're both being like they all both have like a utilization and
I guess so.
be weird. Fucking
It
weird
would
shit,
be.
man.
I guess it would be kind of expensive though, because you would have to make a lot of payments to do that, wouldn't you? I mean,
I mean, if you only buy gas with it and then you get like $300 deep or
so
whatever would get you to the X percent, once you get there, you just pay off like monthly, however much you spent each month, right?
right.
And then when that gets to the point of like it's like prime revolving utilization, you just use your actual money to start just paying for it as if you were just buying the gas. And if they both have
Okay.
low interest or no interest really, then you're just kind of like you're just putting your money through a middleman to get a second account going, and then you have two accounts with really good usage and always on time.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'd say so.
Huh.
I don't know for sure though.
I'm not gonna
I'm
just
not
do
I'm
that.
not too
That'd be cool,
knowledgeable on
but
the credit
yeah.
side.
Oh yeah. Who is? Nobody.
Yeah. Um so at my bank though, we have Zelle now, and man, I knew Zelle was a pretty big with scamming, but holy shit, I didn't realize how bad it was.
Oh, which that
Um
it's like not Venmo, but it's like kind of like sending money to people.
it's instantly sending money. So
Oh
if someone
man.
has access to your account, they could just instantly transfer money over to their account instantly.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a little like it's nice, but then it's also, if you think about it scam wise, it's like, oh, that could kind
That's
of suck.
yeah. That seems weird.
Um,
Huh.
but yeah, there's some there's a scam going on right now with Zelle where people send a random message, like a text message, and like, hey, you have money, just send $50 to this, and we'll send you this amount of money, and people fall for it.
Yeah. Oh my
Like
gosh.
like send us $500, we'll send you 10,000. And it's like, how are you that stupid? How?
That is
I
something
don't
where it's
understand
it's
it.
so obviously. I mean, maybe not to like someone who's older and doesn't think about that stuff, but for like I don't know, to me that does seem like so obvious it would be hard to like you have to try to fall for it.
Right.
I don't know.
I I've had some pretty weird interactions though at my bank. Some pretty weird stuff. I had a lady mock me the other day.
Oh,
She literally mocked me. Um
tell me more.
she typed in her password wrong on her account, and I was like, "All right, it looks like there's a failed password attempt. Do you want me to reset that password?" She's like, "No, I'm putting in the right one." I was like, "Okay." Um, I never know how to reply to that. How do you reply to that? Where you see in front of you it says failed password attempt, and they go, "No, it's the correct one." How do you reply to
Yeah,
that?
you don't. You just say, okay. I guess you just like let him put it in again and
Right.
probably fuck it up again. I
I,
don't know.
I think what I did in this situation was okay. Well, on my side, it is showing me that there's a failed password attempt. Maybe give it another try real quick. And she ended up saying, "Well, obviously you don't know what you're doing." And I was like, "Okay." And if someone says something like that, I just say okay, and I stop and I let them start up the conversation. Like
Yeah,
I just go
let them.
silent
Yeah,
because I'm not giving like no, I'm not putting in effort to keeping this going if you're gonna be a dick. Anyway,
exactly.
she then said like, "So what are you gonna do?" And I'm like, "Well, the only thing I can do, like I stated before, is to reset your password." And she went, "Fine, reset it." I was like, "Okay." I reset it and I gave her a temporary password. And whenever I finished, she said, "Is that it?" I went, "Uh huh." And she went, "Uh huh." And I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with
What the
you?"
fuck?
Like,
Was she an oldie
like she
lady?
literally, she's probably 40.
Okay. Damn, that makes it worse. That hurts.
I was like, I wasn't even hurt. I was just like appalled. I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is this lady doing? Like,
Like
and then
Jesus Christ.
I then said, all right, have a good one. I hung up. And I was like, yeah, I'm not dealing with this lady. And then I kept an eye on her account to see if she got in after I hung up. And no, she typed in the temporary password wrong. So then
Okay.
yeah, this was on Thursday, by the way. So then Friday rolled around yesterday, and she called back and she didn't realize she was speaking to me. She's like, "Yeah, some guy had reset my password." And I was like, "All right, what did you put in?" And she told me, and I was like, "All right, yeah, no, you're putting it in completely wrong. It should be this." And then she got in. She's like, "Oh, thank you so much, sweetie." I was like, "You fucking whore! Like, shut up, dude." I
Oh.
was I
You know what
uh
used to bother me more than anything else, customer service wise?
what's that?
People would so when you go up to the register at like the grocery store I'm at or I was at uh
Mm-hmm.
you would see if I hadn't scanned anything to start the order, it would say please wait. That's it. Or like
Okay.
wait for cashier.
Yes.
And people would walk up and I would see them read it and they would immediately begin pressing in their phone number. And what's awful about that, what's bad about that is every time you pressed any button on the pin pad, when that screen
Yeah.
was up, it made a noise. And I would sit there and I would be about to scan something and then I heard and I would stop. Once the first beep happened, I wouldn't even begin to scan something. And then they'd look up and be like, "Where's my number?" And I said, "Doesn't work until I scan something." And then I'd scan something, and then the screen completely changes, and you can see what your number is as you're typing it in. There's a freaking box for it. And it says, "Please put in your number." And it's like, you dumb fucks. And I used to have this lady who would go up, and it would just default to ask you what your number is. But if you
Oh.
just put your card in, it would work. So it would, but every time she saw that it was asking for the number, she would go, "I don't have rewards," and
Yeah.
I'd be like, "No, it's okay. You can just put your number in." She goes, "No, but I don't have reward. You can put your card in." She goes, "No, but I don't have rewards." It's like, I know. Put your card in. And she just wouldn't. She would not until you hit the total button so the screen would go away. And she would make sure you knew she did not have rewards.
I
Uh,
I would run into a similar situation at the bank. Whenever people would create their account, it would say like, "Do you want e-statements, or you can hit cancel and remain on paper statements?" And they'd
yeah.
go, "I don't want e-statements." I'm like, "Okay, then you
Yeah.
can just hit the cancel
Yeah.
button." And
Yeah.
no, I don't want e-statements. They start freaking out. It's like, "Well, it's okay. You're just hit the cancel button and you'll remain on paper statements." But I don't want e-statements. Like, are you fucking listening? Are you hearing what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. There was so many people like that. Um,
Oh, it was an instant like, all right, you got me pissed. Like,
yeah, it instantly sets you off because you've heard it so many times.
yes, yes,
There was the one thing, as our friends would say, that makes me want to throw rocks at people's head is when the old people. There's a couple old folk that would come in. I don't think there was anyone who was under like 50 who would do this, but it was all old people. And when your card gets approved, it's the same noise as the fucking wrong button,
yes.
and they go, and you have to pull it out, and it would be loud as hell, so you would notice. And I
And they
swear to
fucking
God,
stare at it.
these old people would be looking at the screen and it start beeping. They'd start looking around, and they'd be like, "Where's the beeping coming from?" And then, like, and it says, "Please remove card," and they'd be like, I wonder where I should be looking." And then they'd like talk to someone. I'd be like, "Take your card out," and "Take your card out, ma'am," and she'd be like, "Hi, Betty." And it's like, oh my
Yeah.
God. It's like, shut the fuck up. And then on the opposite side of the same coin is also old people who would hear the different noise that was like, "Oh, your shit got denied," and it would say like declined or like please try again. They'd immediately whip their card out, pull out the wallet, put it in their wallet, put their wallet away, grab their bags, and
Yeah.
be like, "Hey, no, it didn't work." And they're like, "It didn't work? I better not get charged twice." And it's like,
Oh my god, I hate that shit.
customer service, man.
It rocks. It really
It
does.
rocks. It rocks.
How many times have you had a situation which someone's card actually didn't work?
Quite a few. It's
And
not
how
like a
did you
common thing, but like, I don't know. I
how do
worked
you
at the grocery
resolve
store.
that?
Oh, you ask them, "Do you have another form of payment?" And if they didn't, a lot of people would that have their credit card, or they could write a check, or maybe they had enough cash to cover some stuff. Um,
Hmm.
but if they didn't, they could be like, "Oh, it's at my house." People would never come back, but you could save an order, and it would basically
Right.
print out a little receipt that had a barcode on it, and then you hit some buttons, scan the barcode, and it'd bring the entire order back up, unpaid for, on a new
Right.
register wherever you scanned it. And it was a lot of the times where you'd be like, "Okay, well, see you in a minute." And they're like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna run home. I live down the street. I'll come back." And they wouldn't come back, and you're like, "Okay,
Yeah.
great." And then you had to like find a way to get all this like stuff put away, but there wasn't enough people in the front end, so I was always trying to be like, "Okay, you go here, you go here. I'll have this person bring this stuff back. You have to go to break." It was a pain in the ass, especially if there was
Oh
cold
yeah.
stuff. People would be like, "Oh, I got like 8 gallons of milk, by the way." And it's like, why? Dude, there's this one dude who he was like, I think he was like tweaking out, but he had like a full cart of shit. Most of it was cold, and he brings it to a self scan, and I'm looking at him, and I was just looking around, and I see him. He's scanning everything, puts it all back into his cart, not without a bag. Weird. I don't know. Whatever. Some people don't want plastic bags. And then
Yeah.
he looks at the price, and then he looks at his cart, and he looks at his price, and then he looks at me and raises his hand. And I'm like, "Okay, this is interesting." And so I walked over and said, "Hey, what's the issue?" And he goes, "I can't pay for this." I was
Okay.
like, "What?" He's like, "I don't have any money." I was like, "Why'd you get it all?" He's like, "I just wanted it, but I just realized it's $80." I'm like, "All right."
Okay.
And I'm like, "Okay." I was like, "Do you have any other forms of payment or anything?" And he goes, "No." I was like, "Oh, no worries." And he's like, "All right." And he walked out. And as he got into the door, you know the thing where like kids will like kick dirt while they're walking and they're upset?
Yeah.
He did that.
Oh my
And I was
god.
like, "Oh, poor guy." But then I had to put away like a bunch of cold shit. And like some of it,
I don't understand that.
what was really like what was the worst part is he had taken so long shopping because I saw him in there like 45 minutes before, like walking around the store that day.
Oh.
Most of the cold stuff was not cold enough anymore. We had to throw it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I've had people like come to the bank and all that. They'd be like, "How much do I got in my account?" And I'd be like, "You got like $20." Oh, I needed 50. Okay.
All right.
I'm sorry. I don't. What?
Okay. Like,
Do you want the
me to
20?
spot you 30? Like what are you asking me? Like, you need
And
a
then they
loan?
just kind of look at you. And the awkwardest part is when they just look at you. It's like,
oh yeah.
what do you want me to do? Like,
I think I've told you this story, but like it's just like customer service, like weird shit people will say. They got EBT, like food stamps essentially, and
yeah.
they put their card in and they're just staring at the screen, and I'm wondering what the fuck are they looking at? And they go, which button should I press? One button says balance, the other one says purchase. And I say, you hit balance for balance and purchase to purchase. And they go, oh, I get it. And they hit the purchase button. And I was like, what do you mean, bro?
Oh.
How did that solve it for you?
Kind of on the lines with like food stamps. My mom, we have a Dollar General near my mom's house, and she goes there and buys food a lot. And she said every time she would go there, there's this one lady. Every time she would walk up to the register, "Are you using food stamps?" You go, "No, I'm not using food stamps. Do I look like I use food stamps?" She said it was only. It was only that lady that would ask her, and she got so offended every time. I find it so funny.
and then if someone does have to say yes, they feel bad to say yes too. It's never good. It's never a good idea to ask people. But like, you use food stamps is like,
right.
That's toxic.
Hey, honey, you use food stamps?
God damn, man. Oh man.
Yeah, no, Did you know like the requirements for food stamps, right? It like you have to make minimum wage in order to get food stamps.
Really? Okay.
At least here in Kentucky, you have to make
I
minimum
was gonna
wage.
say
If you make,
it might be different up here in New Hampshire, because no one makes minimum wage. McDonald's is like 14.
oh yeah, no,
12?
like I mean here McDonald's is 9 or 10.
Yeah. Cost of living's higher here though.
yeah, but like I don't remember, someone looked into it and they're like, "Oh, I can't have food stamps." I'm like, "Don't you make like $8 an hour?" They're like, "Yeah." Like, well, what is it? You have to, if you make 10 cents over minimum wage here, you're not allowed to have food stamps.
That's crazy.
And then if you have a spouse, you instantly out of the running because you make over 10 cents combined. Over 10 cents a minimum wage. So
unless
one person had to quit their job.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks.
I was like, I did not expect it to be that low. I figured it'd be like $9 or something like that, or like $8.
That would, even that's crazy. That it might be different here.
Yeah,
Because I don't think anyone's making $7.25 generally in New Hampshire. There might be some real dog shit jobs. I guess like waitress or waiter, something like that. But that doesn't count.
See, that's the thing that I question, because like at a restaurant I used to work around, they paid their waitresses $3.25 an hour.
That's
and then they also got tips. So it's like, do you qualify for food stamps? Because if you do, you could really cheese the system.
Yeah, I think you could.
Because you don't have to deposit tips and all that. You can just kind of tax free that.
At the end of a shift, though, I think a lot of restaurants they will be like, "Hey, what did you make tip wise tonight?" So you can put that number in and get tax returns later.
Gotcha.
Because
I guess it depends on the restaurant.
If you never put that in and your boss is paying you $3 or $3.25, I think the government will be like, "Hey, yo, either we gotta fuck with your boss or we gotta fuck with you because someone's lying here. Someone's gotta be like, we gotta make sure your boss is either paying you at least 7.25 because I think that's a thing where if you don't make enough tips, you'll get compensated to up to at least 7.25 an hour. I think that could be a lie,
I
but
I don't know because I mean I don't know. I know some people that own businesses and because they have employees, they therefore have to pay themselves. And I think they try to like get by with paying them like the absolute like only one payment of 725 or something like that, and then that's it. Like they don't have to pay themselves anymore, and because they live off their spouse or whatever to keep money
yeah,
in the business account.
okay, yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. Or yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
I'll have to. I may have to look that up at some point, and figure it out. But
May have to look that up on Reddit.
oh yeah, yeah.
It's a,
How does
that's a
paying restaurant workers work? Reddit.
Reddit.
So, someone will have it. Someone will have an answer
Alrighty,
for
well,
us.
I think that's a good moment to just stop this
Oh yeah.
episode. Kind of a
All right.
more this was just the tax return and the credit return or credit return
The credit score.
the credit score episode.
Right. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Maybe next year or next episode we're just gonna give you credit advice and maybe some cryptocurrency advice.
Yeah. We're gonna go deep into crypto next week. Look forward to that. Definitely gonna be talking about stocks, bonds. All the Wolf of
Go
Wall
all
Street type
in
shit.
on the like 5 cent cryptocurrency.
Yeah. Also, put your life savings into. No, scratch that. You should sell everything you own and invest in Powerball.
And put in your mom's life savings as well.
Yeah, and then invest in
Just a
Powerball
little
again. Because if y'all win,
quick,
y'all
easy
win.
hack. Easy money hack. Just take people's money.
Infinite money glitch in real life works 2022.
Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye and end the episode.
Bye.
Did you end it? Oh shit! I forgot to end again.